Welcome back to the Just Because podcast, a podcast of all things cosplay.
This podcast features me, Mangle Phantom, and...
Marmalade, hi.
Hey, hi, yeah. We're two Australian cosplayers, and we're going to be doing this podcast a bit longer because we're representing Australia at the World Cosplay Summit in 2023.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you'd like, grab a drink. We've got one too today.
This one's called C&C Grape, and it says, "Don't give up, you can do it too."
That's what makes it special. It's so cute.
It's very
Mine
cute.
says, "Don't give up, you'll do great."
You will do great.
Isn't that cute?
I like it.
It's lemon. Oh, and it says on the front, it says, "Always stay with you."
It's
Oh, you said yours
pretty
says that
damn
too?
cute.
It's
Look
very
at this.
cute. We went to Genki Market today.
There's one around the corner from me. It's pretty
It's
good.
very sweet.
Now, we've got a special episode today.
We do.
It's a Christmas special edition.
Edit Christmas hats in here.
I'll try.
Just for a second.
At least for a second. Okay. Good. I've got a Pikachu shirt. I got it from
You do.
Kmart for $15.
It's so good. It's so
Not bad.
cute.
It's
Damn.
Pokemon, you know.
Kmart coming in with the Pokemon
It's
merch.
nice,
Hell
branded.
yeah.
They're getting pretty good
They
these
are.
days.
They
got
had
a lot of-
Hatsune Miku as well.
They got Miku.
Yeah.
They got good
I
stuff
got
now.
everything. I wore plaid, so that counts, right? And I got little, like, earrings.
I should've got-
Jeremy's really disappointed in me.
She tried.
I forgot. Okay,
Christmas
I forgot.
hat would have been good.
I know, I'm sorry.
I don't have a Christmas hat.
I
I
had
thought
a
the shirt
whole
would have been
Christmas dress. I had 2 Christmas outfits at home that I was going to bring.
enough. Stop. You know what we
I
should
forgot.
do?
I'll send you a photo.
We should actually cosplay on a podcast one day.
We should. Why did
I'm
we not
surprised
think
we
of
haven't
that?
done this yet.
Why did I not think of that?
Look, in preparation leading up to WCS, we'll be like, guys, this is what we're wearing. We're
True.
wearing one of these bad
yeah,
boys.
yeah. If we want to give them all away, or if we want to like keep one a secret.
Oh, I think
or-
we're past the age of like keeping secrets
Okay,
from the
cool.
public. We're just
Yeah.
like, guys, this is it.
I'm keen.
What
Let's
do you think?
it. All right,
Yeah.
let's do it. We can do that.
I just have to finish making my heroes in the
Hero?
box over there. You can still see the pins on the sleeve.
I can see roughly behind the ring light. Yes.
Oh wait, before I drink,
Work
let's
in progress.
cheers to
Cheers to.
to Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
But by the time this gets
It's fizzy
released,
or it's
it'll
fizzy?
be I don't even know what time this one's gonna be released.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas. Yum. Oh, it's vitamin C as well.
Grape with vitamin C. Stay with you. Always stay with you. Fighting.
Hey Sang.
You can
Hey
do
Song.
it.
Hey Song. Yay.
I like the messages in this
It's
one.
very wholesome, honestly. Very
Now,
cute.
in this Christmas episode, what are we discussing today, Mai?
We have a few ideas in mind. I thought it might be fun to talk about, like, rather than, okay, I was also considering doing the whole, like, Scrooge story, if we're, like, go to the ghost of Christmas past, cosplay experiences present, and then future, but we won't do that. There's enough movies that have stuck to that narrative line, so I thought something we always do in my family personally is on Christmas Eve, we always go around, before we give any of the presents, we always go around and say what we're grateful for. I thought that
Cute.
might be a nice little thing that we could do. Talk about what we're grateful for, what happened in cosplay this year, and other aspects of our life as well. I thought,
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Talk about gratefulness. Gratefulness is a really big thing. Really big thing. I do coaching, social skills coaching, as you know.
True,
and
it's a huge part of
gratefulness is a
it.
huge part of it because I think
Yeah.
it's pretty easy in this day and age to just be down on yourself for whatever reason. Oh, life's very hard, or this happened to me. Woe is me. Like I get it. I get it. Like life sucks sometimes, but something that is something. I think you actually have to practice it. You actually have to practice
Yeah,
counting your blessings.
For sure.
Find the silver lining. What can you be grateful for? So
yeah.
we're
It's
gonna do a little bit of that today. And also goal setting.
Yeah.
Goal setting, because I think every year we're always gonna be like, right, what's our New Year's resolutions? I'm gonna do this. But I'm gonna ask you right now, even you, Maya, what were your goals that you set this year for 2022? Can you remember?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Because I think it's very easy, come December or January 1st, or it's like, this is my New Year's resolution, these are my goals, these are my
Yeah.
plans, and it's something that we do, and then how often do we actually reflect on that? How often do we actually say, oh, this is what I set out to do, did I accomplish
Did
it?
you do it? Yeah.
Did you need to adjust those plans anywhere along the way?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk a little bit about goal setting and see if it's going to be like, are you actually just setting goals because like it's the cool thing to do, or are you actually, are you actually going to kick some of those goals this year?
Yeah, like are they actually self-motivated, or are you just feeling pressured because other people
people
are
are
setting
doing it.
goals? Yeah, I feel like I could guess mine
Yeah?
that I set.
What did
but
you
I
set this year?
wouldn't-
Just off the top of your head.
Off the top of my head, I feel like it would have been something like do lots of events with Melody Parade, do like make new costumes for Melody Parade, and then it would have been, I don't know, do uni.
Nice.
And things are just so different at the start of the year. Like, so many things happened. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to guess what else
Yeah.
I would have put as a goal.
Because we didn't even put WCS as a goal.
No, we didn't.
We're just like, hey,
We only decided it wasn't even announced
no,
before the end of the year.
because I
last
think
year.
they were just like, hey, WCS is back. Do you want to enter? And we're like, you want to enter? And we're like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that
hell
sounds
yeah.
good.
That was a
So
mid-year
it wasn't even.
adjustment.
It was a mid-year adjustment.
No,
So
I think something that I do every year towards the end of the year, in line with setting New Year's resolutions or goals, is I've got into the habit of going out and buying like a physical planner, one of those like a year.
right.
Yeah,
that's
like
to
a
be
journal.
like fancy with all the like the little studs and
No,
bling
no,
and
no,
stuff.
not fancy. Like, I think the last one I got was like $5 from Kmart, but it was just a
Nice.
cute little book, and it has like a year planner, it has like a day planner, things that make you feel like you can be nice and organized and like.
Are you someone who look no shade whatsoever? Just
Yeah.
I'm just curious, genuinely. Are you someone who has like a big organizer and you got like all the dates of the year planned out and you write things down very meticulously of like this is this day, this is this day, this is on Wednesday.
See, I go through phases.
Phases,
Okay,
right.
so at the start of the year, I do remember actually experimenting with what kind of like scheduling / journaling things would work. And I realized halfway through the year, I turned back and I had a a whiteboard calendar, I had a journal calendar, and then I had another journal. So I just had like all of these different places where I would spend so much time updating my schedule rather than actually doing
Doing the things.
I'd just be stuck in the planning phase, being like, oh, if I'm really planned, I'll be able to do everything that I want. But yeah, I had a moment halfway through the year, I would say, where I went, why am I doing all of this different things when technology exists and I can just
use
have
your phone.
one digital book planner. So I've now switched to Notion.
Yeah, right.
And there's a lot of people who will
Is Notion
speak
like
very
an
highly
app?
of
Is
Notion.
it?
Notion is an app. It's also like a web, like you can use it on your desktop, mobile, whatever you want.
Yeah, right.
And it's like completely customizable. It's like the most flexible, I would say, note taking app
That's
that
pretty
exists.
cool.
It's amazing.
It's funny
I would
because
highly recommend.
once upon a time, I think back in high school, really, they give you like the school diary or whatever.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you write
yeah.
down your homework.
You
and
get in the habit of that, don't you?
I think it's a good
I don't know
habit.
if they still do it. I wonder if they do.
I have to go back to
I remember
school
getting
and
one
figuring out.
every year, and it's so exciting.
Any-
the day you get your
Any
diary.
any cosplayers were still in school. Do you still use a school diary?
Yeah.
Let
Do you
us
get
know.
like a physical little A3 little book with
There's a
on
little
a spiral
book on a
binder?
spiral binder.
Yeah.
I had
and
like
you put your
Monday, Tuesday,
timetable on
Wednesday,
the front.
and then
Yeah.
oh, you put on the front. I put on the back.
I, like,
I
glue
put
it in.
pictures of anime girls on the front of mine.
Did you keep yours? I feel like I kept mine
Good
for a while,
question.
and then I got rid of them,
I think because I went.
which is a shame.
I'll say a
wish I
phase.
kept
I went
them.
through a phase of just throwing everything out,
Yeah.
becoming really minimalistic,
Yeah.
and then
Which is a good thing to do.
It's a good
thing
thing,
to purge.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think
No, it'd be
No,
fascinating
I
to look
think-
back though, wouldn't it? Like see what you were. No.
I
Little
think
doodles,
I know
what
what the
you're
notes
doing.
look like. I
Okay.
think the more interesting thing is quite literally what anime girls do I have in the front of my diary that year.
Were they still Dark Magician Girl and Asuna?
That's a good.
Were they-
Arsenal didn't exist
No,
when I
okay.
was in high
My
school.
bad, she did
No,
for
it
me,
didn't
yeah.
exist.
Okay. Who existed?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Fully Coolie Girl.
Just as you can do the
Gurren
maths
Lagann?
yourself if you want.
No.
I skipped a grade and I graduated in 2007 in high school. That's how long ago it was for me. So whatever existed back then,
Whoa! You
Yeah.
skipped a grade.
yeah, I skipped a
I
grade.
didn't know that.
I was a little
Damn,
bit smart.
You're smart.
I was
Respect.
past tense.
Which grade did you skip?
Take a guess. One guess.
Grade 10.
Take 10.
don't
Who
know.
skips grades in high school?
I don't know.
I skipped
Oh, in okay, primary school.
primary school.
I don't know. I've never skipped a grade. Clearly.
Grade 3. I
Clearly.
skipped grade
3.
Yeah.
You didn't get to learn about planets.
I was learning about planets in grade 2.
Okay.
Because I was like, oh, this is too easy. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
Jeremy, you can have some more work.
Wow.
Yeah, something like that.
Interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't know that.
I think actually I did talk to my mother, and she was like, if I had the time all over again, I would not have agreed to put you
to
up a
do
grade.
that.
Apparently,
Yeah.
I was very, not I wasn't, but she said, because she's a teacher now,
Yeah.
and just like, oh, some of the kids just, you put them through too fast, they get socially stunted.
Yeah,
They don't have
yeah.
that extra year to kind of develop those
For
skills socially and
sure.
so on and so forth. So, I think I turned out pretty okay.
I wonder what effect it had on you. Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah.
I think it's really hard to say. It's really hard to say because I genuinely believe a lot of my development as an individual
Happened after.
happened after school.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say you had to do a lot of catching up or relearning how to talk to people. Did you go to an all boys school?
All boys
There you
school.
go. That is such a bad combination.
all boys
I
school.
feel
Graduated a year early.
yeah, you
It-
missed out on so
You
much.
turn out like me, whether that's a good thing or not. Look,
That's
look,
not true.
well, look,
It's just like it's like not giving you the whole meal. You
I
only
think
got
so.
the
just the academic part of it, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
not
but
the
no,
full-
I will
full
admit,
meal.
just when going to university,
Yeah.
number one, I was 17.
Yeah.
I couldn't go out and do drinking and
no,
anything.
yeah. So you miss out on the whole culture. Like,
Just for
if you
that
go
year,
out
like I
tonight.
did the next year was like, oh yeah, 18
it has an
with everyone
effect,
else.
though, yeah,
but honestly, talking to girls was difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I was the smoothest operator. Absolutely not. I didn't. Let's just say the me of 16 versus 26 was very different.
Yeah, yeah.
Very, very different.
Yeah. So you graduated 2007.
So 07. So whatever anime
Wow.
existed in 06. I remember Inuyasha was a little bit of a
Is that
thing.
really 9 years between us?
When you graduated, what?
2016.
2016. No, I skipped a grade, so there's 8 years between us.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Remember, you're 20 something. I'm
Yeah.
30 something.
I forget. Damn. No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like anime, yeah, the different at the time.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Because
So
like Sword Art Online was like peak
that was
when I was like
peak
in high school.
2013.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, 14, 13.
Actually
it
did
like ruled for like years.
It's funny thing.
feel
Actually,
like.
I did a YouTube video a while back, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I was like, I'm identifying every single cosplay trend from 2007.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was quite interesting.
2007.
2007 because
Yeah,
you went
okay.
through like
Right,
you know,
what was
Final
that?
Fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
At the time, you know, it was Naruto, and then Death Note was a big thing. And then you go through. I picked like 2 a year. I think Love Live dominated like 14, 15, 16, something like that. But then there was, you know, Sword Art Online 2012, and then Attack on Titan 2013. You know, everyone was just in a scout
Yeah.
uniform, or everyone was wearing
Yeah.
Kirito's cloak, or.
Everyone.
But trends are cool. Trends
Yeah.
are cool. Like
Yeah,
this year, I would probably say it was Spy Family.
Yes, I would agree.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then.
Or Genshin still.
Or well, the thing is, it would have been 100% Genshin in 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
But obviously, because there weren't any cons because of lockdown and
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting. Any predictions? Is there any anime next
Oh,
year that you're kind of like,
gosh.
yeah, this is going to be the new thing?
Resurgence. I feel like is Spy Family still going?
Yeah. Second
I
season's
feel like
out.
it's still
I'm
gonna
enjoying
get bigger. I feel like it's
You
still
reckon?
gonna get it's still gonna get bigger.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm
other
not up to date with all
predictions.
the cool things at the moment. So
I feel like One Piece kind of had a bit of a peak again because
One
of the
Piece,
movie.
you say peak. One Piece has never
I know.
kind of
like
ended.
it upped again. Like no. Over
Well, I
when
think
the
it'll go
movie
up and
came
down in
out.
cycles, but it's never had a peak. It's always just been up there.
Constant.
Been up there.
I don't know what else. I don't know what's coming out. I haven't taken a look at the like upcoming anime seasons.
list.
I feel like the VTubers, Hololive and Niji Sanji are gonna get bigger and more popular.
Yeah,
We're
that's
gonna see
true.
more of that. Yeah.
Do you follow VTubers or many?
Not really, to be honest. I'm like on the outskirts. I like don't really get it. I have a few that I like. There's like the Lily the Whale YouTuber. I don't know what their names are. I don't really know. But I do like them.
You dabble
Yeah, I
in
dabble.
VTubers.
They come across my feed on TikTok a lot. Do they for you?
I don't. Honestly, you're the one taking care of the TikTok account.
You don't use TikTok
I
at all?
barely use it.
Wow.
That's the 8 years difference between us.
It's the how do I say, like, complete attention span that you should retain and do not start using
Don't start
TikTok.
using
No,
TikTok.
It's ruined my attention
Yeah.
span.
You're just like, if this goes for more than 30 seconds, I'm not going to bother watching it.
Yep. Like, I can't, like, watch it uninterrupted after, like, go check into the comments or
That's
something.
why I'm the one
so bad.
who edits our podcasts.
The long format.
The long format. She's the one taking care of the
For sure,
TikToks.
Yeah. Oh
But
God, it all
honestly,
makes sense now.
honestly, just because of that, and just speaking about what we're doing on the podcast, just for a little bit, if you don't mind me saying so, I quite like that kind of arrangement that we've got set up because
Yeah.
I am not sure what it would be like if, for example, I was doing, you know, a one-man podcast, and it's like, cool, I have to edit this podcast. Would it be an hour? Would it be 20 minutes? I got no idea.
Yeah.
But then I'd also have to, you know, chop up the fun bits and then upload that in a schedule. But because it's like, oh, I do my bit, you do your bit, it's like, oh my God, it's like, wow, this is so easy to maintain.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if anyone of you follow me too extensively on Instagram. I haven't posted in a very long time. I don't know if it's like a can't be bothered thing or if it's like I have to go fish out those photos and then upload them kind of thing.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. No, I was actually thinking about this today, to be honest. I was
Yeah.
like, man, would I still be doing this if I had to do this myself? And I was like, wow, it's like so much more work
It is.
to do on your own. And I was like, I don't think I would, honestly. It's like the motivation of having someone,
It
tag
kind of helps because
teaming,
we like you bounce off each other, and it's like, oh, cool, you're motivated to do it. It's like, you know what, I feel motivated to do it too.
Yeah.
And I think
It's the social pressure. It's like having a gym buddy.
like having a gym buddy.
Like, you're a lot more likely to go if your friend's like, all right, see you at 5.
You're like, oh, all right, I'm going,
Like,
I'm going, yeah.
You're like, cool, I'll be there. I'll meet you there. Whereas,
he-
like, will you take yourself to the gym at 5, like at 5 o'clock. Like, no, you'll just go whenever you feel
Kudos
like it.
to you, people who do that.
True.
I can't. I think if I had a gym buddy, it'd be a lot easier.
It would be, absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone deserves or needs a gym buddy. Needs a friend to go.
Do you think it's the same thing in cosplay? Like, get a cosplay buddy to kind of bounce off each other to make things?
Yes. I think that, yeah, absolutely. Because it's part of being social. Like, we're social creatures. I think it's, like, much more meaningful to do it with someone else.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Actually, you make a good point, because when I was living with my ex-girlfriend at the time, I think it was very easy to do cosplay because we were just kind of always, you know, in the same room. We were making something. We got, I don't know, watching Monica in the background or something, and it was like a group activity. These little meetups. So,
did you even question it at the time?
question,
Doing it.
like just making costumes.
Yeah, we were like, why are we doing this competition? Like, no, you're
oh,
just like,
all the time.
Oh, okay.
Because you're sitting there
Okay.
at 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
You're like, why are we doing this again? And we're like, I don't know, but we're doing it together. So it's like, look, I'm not alone in it.
Okay.
So it did make it easier. But
Suffering and
suffering.
camaraderie.
Oh,
I don't know.
camaraderie. It's mutual
There's a word
suffering.
for that. Yeah.
We suffer together. Let's just put it like that. But, you know, when I had just finished school, 07, and got just into cosplay, I didn't need a buddy. I was just like, oh, I love making cosplay.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is so
yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just like, oh, cosplay. Do I feel like making that today? No. No, I don't. Can I buy it on eBay? Oh, I sure can. Like,
No, it's so easy to buy things now
It's so
compared to
easy.
make them. I struggle with that too. But then if someone, not me, bad
Yeah,
example,
yeah.
but if someone approached you and like, would you like to make this with me? You would consider it more than you just making your own costume for yourself, right?
to be, yeah,
Would you?
absolutely. 'Cause
Yeah.
to be fair, because we obviously have been discussing what we're doing for WCS.
Because we have to.
Because we have to. But, and it's
Yeah.
fun as well, I think, too.
Yeah.
It has been, to me anyway, I don't know how you feel about it, I hope you do as well, but it's been somewhat of an enjoyable process,
Yes.
because it's like, hey, look, I get to talk about a plan that I'm going to cosplay with somebody, and it's like, oh, that's kind of cool, kind of doing a group with somebody, because, oh, I tell you, after my last breakup, I obviously had to find myself, did all the
Yes.
self-work and stuff, and I obviously, for the first time in 6-7 years, I was doing solo cosplay. That was really weird.
Yeah.
Weird because it's like, oh, I'm doing cosplay for myself. Not that I didn't want to, but it's just like, am I going to be joining else? Am I going to walk around with anybody? No. And it was, I encourage everyone to do it. Like, do solo
Yeah.
cosplays. It's great. But because I wasn't used to doing that,
Yeah.
the first time I was walking around a con by myself for the first time in forever, it was like, this is so weird.
I think I felt the same, honestly, because I was in like not a relationship but in the like love life group for so long. I was so used to having like 8 people always around,
It's
always
just,
to
you
go
could talk
take
to
photos
someone.
and yeah, like feel like belong, like part of something. And then yeah, when you go out on your own, you have to like remember why you do it in the first place,
Yeah.
why you started, and yeah, how to do it again.
It's a weird experience. But I think because of that, this is me. Okay, if anyone hasn't realized, this whole podcast episode is about reflections. We're looking back on the year and what we've kind of learnt and grown from. But this is a big harrowing experience in itself, because when I was cosplaying by myself, I started to think to myself, okay, how important is it for me to get photos, professional photos of this cosplay?
Yeah.
How important is it to upload it and get comments and likes?
Yeah. Yeah.
I started to really question, it's like, what is actually important about cosplay to me personally? It's different for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think some people's, like, my thing that I love is making the costume, getting good photos, and posting them. And I like having that, you know, album of what I've done.
Yeah.
My album is all over the place. I have got probably about, I don't know, 20 costumes I haven't taken photos of.
Wow. Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
not that bad, not 20, but maybe there's a good at least, you know, 10, 15
Yeah.
I've got, haven't done photos for.
Yeah.
Do I care about it? Not really.
Interesting.
Honestly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
But, you know, even put it this way, you've put up photos very recently of our stuff that we did for WCS,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And
The
I said to
official
myself, like,
Smash
good on her.
photos. Yeah.
I'll do that eventually, as I've been meaning to for the last 6 months.
I just thought of that. I feel like I should have added that like new Instagram feature where you can like co-post. I should have added you to that. I just
can you
realised. I
retrospect?
don't know if I can. I can take
It
a
just
look at it.
it'll just save me from posting.
Yeah.
I was like,
'Cause then
yay,
it shows
it's on
up
my
your
feed.
too. Yeah.
I don't think I would have posted.
But there's some
many
really
different
good photos of Lewis in there that I didn't
Yeah,
post.
I did take a
You
quick
should,
look.
yeah, because I sent you the photos. I sent you
You
the
did.
exact links, so you didn't have to hunt for
See,
them.
she's the one chasing up the photos. I'm just like, hey, photos, that's cool. I'll post them
They're
eventually.
so cool. The Smash official
Yeah.
photos, they're like in action shots
It was
of like
cool.
Lewis swinging and like the red glow and like they look really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should post them.
Well, the
because
funny-
they're of Lewis, not me.
No, that's true,
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah.
I only posted one or two.
I'll
of
get to
Lewis.
it.
Yeah.
Hopefully
okay.
before the end of the year. I'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Today is December
15th.
16th.
Oh my
16th
God,
today.
Okay. Yep.
So I've
It's all
got
happening.
a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Everything's happening. People's
is.
like, I'm gonna wait till next year to start. I've got stuff to finish. I've still got stuff to finish. Anyway,
No, on that though, would you rather
Mm.
finish the stuff that you've got to finish,
yep.
or decide to leave it behind, leave it in the past, and onto new things, onto new horizons, fresh start? What would you prefer? Do you like lugging into the new year all of these old projects that maybe your motivation is kind of waned on and you like don't feel excited for?
Yeah.
Or do you leave that all behind and start out fresh? Like, what's the better
that's
thing
a
to
good
do?
one. For me personally, it really just depends on. This is gonna be one of those bad answers. I'm sorry. It's gonna be. It depends.
Okay.
It depends how much I care about the series.
Yeah.
If it's one of those series which, for example, again with my last girlfriend, we did a whole bunch of competition
Yeah.
grade costumes, so stuff that we worked 2, 3, 4 months on.
Yeah.
Quite recently, actually, they messaged me. It was like, "Hey, hope you don't mind. Like that thing that we did. We did me.
I know.
That whole costume itself was
I was definitely in the crowd for that performance.
it was a little
I
bit
was like-
traumatic for us. I'm not gonna lie, because we were supposed to do it
Yeah.
one year, but because we couldn't finish it on time, we wanted it to be really good.
Had to come back.
Yeah, well, that's it. We pulled out of the competition, the final, and we had to wait a whole year to do it the next year. But by that stage, we're like, we've been working on this costume for like a year and a half. I'm so sick of it. We just didn't care anymore.
They're very well done. They're
Yeah.
very detailed.
The thing is, we just chucked out a really big part of it. I got one, and we've always said to each other, we'll fix up the costumes and we'll shoot it eventually. It's been about 5 years since we've said that.
Yeah.
We just never did it.
That's also something that Aquaria would always say is, oh, we'll get together again, we'll put all
fix
the
it up.
outfits on, we'll do a shoot, we'll do a video shoot. It doesn't happen.
So
It doesn't
because of that, and this is going to be Jeremy's hot tip to anyone who this is. If you're starting to figure this happening to you, I don't care if it's just con photos, because that may possibly be the one and only time
Opportunity.
that you will wear that costume
Yeah.
and be able to get photos.
Yeah.
So even if you just have a mate that's got a phone camera, it's like, hey, can you just take a photo with me? Good lighting of this costume of me today. That may be
Absolutely.
the only photo you get.
Yeah, it's totally worth it. You always think like, oh, I'll do it later.
I'll do it
another
later.
time. But like, nah, you need to do it now in the moment. You're there. You've got your friends there. You're in costume. You're all set up, ready to go. Just take that photo.
Just take
Just
the
take
photo.
a few photos.
Because, like, yeah, if you do get the chance to organise a good photo shoot later, go for it.
Yeah.
Good.
But
But
it'll take so much effort, planning, scheduling. Yeah, you never know
I mean,
what might happen.
good example.
Yeah.
Emma and Lewis.
Yeah.
We said, it's like, let's do a cool shoot sometime.
I was thinking
right?
about that
Yep.
the other day. Yep,
Yeah, we
yep.
could. We could. We absolutely
Yeah.
should. I'm getting stuff fixed up right now. It's good.
Yeah,
But could we have done it in the last 6 months? We could have. But it's like, we'll wait.
we could. Yeah,
could.
yeah. The
But-
logistics of like getting that all together is a lot.
It's a lot.
And I was trying to think as well. I was like, oh, I would really love to wear them to a con, to be able to like wander around the con floor in Lewis and everything, and like it would be fun. I
would
think
be.
to get
I think
people's
so.
like reactions. It's quite an
Yeah.
interactive costume.
I think so.
But I was like, logistically, like, are we gonna bring that to Gold Coast Supermoto? I'm like, how are we gonna drive down? How are we gonna bring everything up? And like, it's just so much work
a
to
lot
like
of
to get that all to a lineup. Or I was like, oh, to Smash, it would be great to wear it to Smash. But it's like, that got driven down. Like, are we gonna get an opportunity to have that driven
Exactly.
down again? Like, there's so
Exactly.
many things that I just don't see.
I don't see it working out.
I do really want to shoot it though.
I think doing a
like,
shoot
while
and
we can,
yeah,
but-
because I don't honestly
Before Japan?
speaking, I don't think I'm ever going to get the chance to just wear that to a normal convention.
No, yeah.
Because logistically speaking, it's a nightmare
Yeah.
to get somewhere, and then I think it'd be fun
Yeah.
to walk around, interact with people.
Yeah.
But in terms of having the effort and getting it there and then
Yeah.
getting it back, it's like that is a nightmare.
Yeah, you're gonna be exhausted by the end of the day. But that
Yeah.
being said, there are those people that do it in those big, the warrior chief. What are they called? Like the big builds. You know what I'm talking about?
Warrior Chief?
I don't
Like
know.
Warcraft,
They're like,
or
yeah, Warcraft outfits. The Warcraft suits, the really big ones.
Warhammer?
Warhammer?
There's a
that's the one.
difference.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. The big Warhammer suits. I know that those guys like are able to transport those all around, but I'm pretty sure they end up driving them all around.
That's cool.
And,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
they might have like a dedicated ute or a pickup truck or something.
I think so. And
I've
they've
just
always
got a
like,
hatchback
handler
built by
as well.
Mitsubishi.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't think I can quite
No.
transport as easily.
No, and it's warm too. Like you forget about the weather.
Yeah.
Like it's probably not safe for you to wear that in like Australia in Brisbane climate
Oh, it's
for
fine.
too long.
Oh, for too
Without
long,
you
yeah, I'd
getting
overheat,
overheated.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought you were gonna say it's gonna fall apart and melt. It's like, no,
No.
I
It
built
would-
that
it-
out of wood.
I know. It wouldn't fall apart. You would fall apart.
I'd fall apart first, yeah.
Before it would. No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to risk your health at the cost
yet.
of wearing the outfit. But
That's okay.
again, those Warhammer people also probably get really warm
Yeah.
in those suits. So
Good on them, troopers.
good on them, honestly. Yeah.
They're built better than
Respect,
they're just
respect.
built better.
Built different.
built different.
Built
Absolutely.
different. No, I really want to do a shoot as well. I was thinking about this like before we go to Japan, just because like we don't know what's gonna happen after Japan, like with those like
Costumes.
yeah.
Otherwise, we sort something out in Japan, but I think
we do it here.
Okay,
in
we
the-
do it here.
Yeah.
Because
Because-
it's going to be a good time as well for us to be like, all right, if I'm going to wear it, is there anything that
It needs fixing. Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's a good point.
It's a good measure. Yeah.
Good
I know.
point.
But that being said, I still feel like if you're at a con with your friends in a group cosplay, take as many photos and videos.
Take those photos.
Might be the only chance
That might
you
be
get.
the only chance you get.
One of your friends might turn around and be like, "Oh, I'm moving to Japan. See ya."
That's it.
It could happen.
Which is what happened. Here. Which is what happened.
It's happened
here.
a few times.
Or
you could
in-
just people just
Yeah,
or
or
people
in,
could move on from cosplay. They just
move
might
on
not
from
wanna do it
cosplay, or
anymore.
you might have a breakup.
Yeah,
Like,
you never know.
What
You
happens?
never know.
You don't know what happens.
Yeah.
As
Live
they
in-
say,
live in the
live in the moment.
Why did you just say what I said?
We're on the same page. It was a good sentence.
It was a good sentence.
We're on the same page today. We're on the same
Yes.
wavelength. It's
No,
all good.
it's a good way to enjoy each other's company is to take photos.
Take photos.
Yeah, take videos.
'Cause-
Make those dumb TikToks. Do it.
Yeah, because, okay, another thing is,
Mm.
back in the old day, when I say the old days, we didn't have phone cameras.
I can't even imagine that.
Yeah, you couldn't even imagine it.
No.
You know those, like, point and click disposable cameras?
Yeah.
But there's, like, you know,
Cute.
digital cameras, or at the time, it was like, wow, digital camera? You mean not film?
Wow.
It would have been like, wow, this has got 12 megapixels. And that's all we had. That's all you had. And you had
That's
to take it
insane.
with,
Yeah.
like, you couldn't even... Because you know how a selfie camera's got a camera you can see what you're taking?
Yeah.
You couldn't see what you were
No.
taking. You just had to guess.
Yeah. I do remember that with the old cameras. And I feel like we are now following the Scrooge format of Ghost of Past, Present, and Future.
We're getting there.
We're going all the way back.
Christmas stories start now. We're going back to the
The
start.
12 megapixel cameras.
Back in the 12 megapixel camera
Oh my
days.
gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and that's what we really had.
It's a good to make it a tradition. It's something that's easy, like, once you get into the habit of it, of reminding yourself, like, definitely take photos, definitely, even if you may not feel like it, it's probably good to just push yourself to take that photo, and
Yeah.
to remember it
I mean,
by.
you'll obviously have your selfies that you take with people. I think that's pretty
Or
standard.
remember to take selfies with people,
Yeah.
even, like, sometimes I don't feel like doing that, but
You don't have to. You don't
Yeah.
have to.
No,
But
you don't have
I
to.
think it's one of those things like, you know what?
you should,
I got dressed up today. I'm going to
Yeah.
take a photo.
yeah, commemorate the occasion. It's
Yeah.
rare. Cosplays, there's so much energy that goes into every little, like, meetup or, like, event or...
It's actually funny because
Mm.
obviously we have been to a few cons this year and taken a few selfies.
Mm.
And I think one of those things we said, oh, we should probably remember to take a selfie. Because when I kind of look back, it's
we
like, oh,
never do.
we never do.
We didn't at Smash. I feel
We
terrible.
did.
Just
Not-
the two of us?
Not in Lewis and Emma,
Yeah.
but we did the day before.
We did.
Because
That
we're
one's
doing,
a nice one.
Yeah, we did an interview something or other
Yes.
for WCS.
Yes. Not matching at all.
Not matching. Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Kind of colour schemes.
kind of
but-
colour. Yeah, well, it didn't work
I
that
know.
badly.
I feel bad that we didn't take a selfie in Emma and Lewis.
That's what I mean. It's just one of those things. It's like, 'cause actually, to be fair, we were like, let's not fall apart and throw up right now. I'm so nervous.
I was like, "Do you need a Coke?" And you're like, "No, I'm good." I'm
No.
like, "Do you need a Coke? Are you sure? I can go get you a Coke." And you're like, "No, I'm good. I'm gonna go get him a Coke."
Got a Coke. I'm like, took a sip. I'm like, that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. I'm done.
That was such a mess, and it was like, oh, I need to iron the entire costume. There's no PowerPoints. Okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna
Okay,
go
look,
over
I
there. Oh,
think
there's a
that
PowerPoint
was
here.
a special case. That was a special case. We
was
had
a
other
lot.
things to worry about than taking a selfie
Yeah.
at the time. So,
That's where if we had a cosplay handler, we could be like, could you please take lots of photos of us?
Even when we're on the verge of throwing up,
Yep.
take a photo of
It'd
that.
be funny to look back.
It
and
would
be
be.
like,
They'd
look
be
at
like,
this moment
hey,
where
look
we
at
were.
you. You dropped your phone again. Oh, look, I captured.
you?
Hey?
Did you drop your
No,
phone?
no, I was fine.
Okay.
I was fine. So this is the exact moment I saw the screen crack on your phone
Oh, no.
and your face went.
Yeah. Exactly.
Someone could
It's
capture
funny
that
to look
moment. It'd be
back,
fun.
yeah.
It'd be fun.
No, oh my goodness, but
Good time.
even though it wasn't a goal of ours, I'm glad we set it. I think it's fine to readjust if you set your goals for the year.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
do you
just-
think it's better to make them specific or more habitual? Like, do you think it's better to be
that's a
like,
good one.
every time I get into cosplay, I'm gonna take a cute little video of myself. That way, at the end of the year, I'm gonna have a cute little reel to be like, bam, 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 bam. Look at all these cute little outfits that I made.
That's a really cute idea, actually.
It is a cute
That's
idea.
a cute idea.
Yeah, it's more lively, but
But I think, because obviously right now it's at the period in time in which people are doing reflections of some kind, whether it be like, oh, post all the outfits you did in 2022,
Yeah.
or post, some of your favorite moments from this year, or I think another comment was like, oh, post some friends that you've made this
Yeah.
year or something like that, right? And it's like, all right, cool. What are your New Year's resolutions going forward? But so far, I have seen, to answer your question,
yeah.
I do think that they probably should be a bit more specific.
Ah,
Even
okay.
habitual,
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
but specific habitual.
See,
like
I
what you
I
said.
disagree, but
Yeah?
yeah.
You reckon
go.
it should be more broad?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Well, I think if it's going to be broad,
Mm-hmm.
I say specific in the way of, okay, post a goal, but how are you actually going to get to that goal?
Yeah.
I think it's good to say, like, just for very, very broad example, I want to get my driver's license this year.
yeah, okay.
I think it's a good goal.
Good goal, very good goal.
Good goal. But what are you actually going to do? Because to actually get to there,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of different things you need to do.
Yeah.
Maybe it's going to be like, oh, you need to be able to pay the registration fee for the learners. You need to actually study the learners. You have to do your hours. You have
Hours.
to do the thing, right?
Which comes into being habitual.
Habitual,
so
right?
I feel like it's better to set a habit goal of being, I'm going to go driving at least once a week.
Well, that's it. Like, you can set.
So that's a
alright,
habit. That
this
becomes a
is
habit.
this is the big goal, which is
Yeah.
like, I want to get my license. All right, cool. But to do that, it's like, all right, drive once a week.
Yeah.
Or like go to work X number of hours a week so I can afford the fee or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So broad goal, good.
Yeah.
But even better is
Breaking it down
into
to actionable
steps of how you can get there.
So, like, for an example, like, I hear all the time people being like, I would like to improve my cosplay makeup. Okay, do you wait until the day of the con to then practice
do
your
it,
makeup?
yeah.
Like, no, you should set little weekly reminders or time aside where you can go, I'm going to practice my makeup now in peace, without any pressure, without any stress,
Yeah.
and you can experiment and do whatever you want to learn. Yeah.
Cool.
That becomes a weekly input, and then by the time that convention comes around, you are ready.
You're ready.
You feel confident, you feel amazing,
You're ready
and you
to
know
go.
what you're doing. Yeah. Yeah.
I think another one is like I thought someone else's goals was like, I want to cosplay more with friends. Good
That
goal.
was mine, yeah, I think.
Great
I think,
goal.
I think I put that
I think
on
it
my
might have been
story.
one of yours.
Yeah.
Okay, but how would you actually do that? What are you going to do?
Yes.
You're going to wait till the day of the con and try and talk to strangers that you've never talked to before, and you usually chicken out because you don't know how to do it, and you don't know how to do that.
I thought you were going to say, wait till the day of the con, rock up and hope that your friends are wearing
Hope
the
that your
same
friends are. That's
outfits
what I
as
mean.
you.
Or like if you want to make friends, like maybe
Yeah,
your goal is
yeah.
I want to make more friends. How are you going to do that? I mean,
Yeah.
for some people you don't need to do these steps, but I think for a lot of us, including me, a few years ago, it was like, all right, I want to meet new people in cosplay. I want to kind of broaden my social circle. And how's I going to do that?
Yeah.
And for me, it was like, all right, my goal is when I go to a con. At the time, it was like, cool, I want to talk to one new person. By end of the year, I was like, cool, I need to start at least 10 new conversations
Yeah.
or something, right? So
Yeah.
what are you going to do? Making those broad goals, very good.
Because
But
it's very easy to set like a goal and that becomes like a tomorrow problem. Yeah. It's very hard
I think
to
that's
like
the problem with the broad goals.
bring those goals into the day-to-day lifestyle that you currently have. Yeah. It's hard.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I think in today's thing, I think it's cool. Like, yeah, I want to set my New Year's resolutions, but the reason they don't get fulfilled is because they're so broad. You got no
that's
real
true.
idea of how to get there.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, it's nice to have a goal because it means I'm working towards. But
Yeah.
are you actually working towards it, or are you just saying it? I mean, ask yourself. I'm not going to judge you. You just got to ask yourself because these are your goals, right? Everyone's different.
Have you seen the lots of the ways that you can like kind of keep track of habits and stuff?
Is there like another app that you're going to put down?
Well, there's apps like Duolingo, I guess, with the language.
Duolingo's
where, like,
good. I
Yeah,
like
where
that.
it sets it up like a game nearly, where you have a streak and you have like levels and
get
you have like
points.
all that. The leaderboard, it's like nearly like a game, so it's like very easy to use. But no, I've seen other ones where if I'm not sure who the scientist was. I'm just trying to remember.
Yep.
But there's a method of like tracking a habit, and also like it could be used to like quit something. So if you wanted to quit a certain toxic behavior of yours, you print out a massive calendar for the year, and every single day that you do the thing that you set out to do. So every time that you practice, I don't know, what's a daily thing that you work out.
You work out, yeah.
You get to circle that day. And studies have shown that as soon as you get to like 3 links on the chain, you don't want to break it. Your brain sees that, like print it out. When I say print out, I mean like on the back of your door. So it's huge.
That's a really cool idea. I might try that.
Yeah, because then big red pen, circle the days. As soon as you have a chain going, your brain does not want to break it.
Don't break that chain.
Yeah, yeah.
So the goal is 3.
The goal is
At least
3.
At least 3,
Yeah,
because
and
like
then
a
you
chain
keep going.
started. That's a good one.
It was a study. I can't remember who it was by, but I definitely read about it.
Okay, no, that's
And you can buy them. You
that's
can buy
really
the big
good.
printout calendars, but you could also make it yourself. But
Because
it's just like a visual way of goal tracking and actually seeing in the physical, like
doing it,
making
the progress, right?
Yeah.
No, that's really good because I don't know about you. Well, you don't know because I was wearing Lewis, you weren't. But Lewis, I can wear for about 20 minutes to half an hour tops, and then my shoulders just get stuffed.
Yeah.
So I talked to a friend who I found out she's a physiotherapist, and I said, "What's the best way to recover from this? Like, what's the best way to kind of like not have this problem as much?"
Yeah.
And she said, like, honestly, it's probably gonna be a temporary soreness, but if you want to be like less sore, honestly, you just gotta literally just buff up, just get big, just do those shoulders. And so I've been doing the exercises and stuff. But it's like, all right, how do I make this habitual?
Yeah.
Because right now it's just like every once in a while, rather than like a
needs to be daily.
time to
commitment.
print out this big calendar.
Yeah, honestly, or try different things. I think I'm sure there's an app.
I've got a few apps
for fitness,
that kind of
like
go out.
motivate, like checking in every day. It's like Be Real. It's like, you know, there's apps for everything.
I've never
that
used the
make
Be
you check
Real.
in.
Is Be Real any good? Do you like it?
I haven't used it, but TikTok has added a Be Real function, so
TikTok
it makes
is
you
taking
come in
over.
and log in every day.
I like
yes. Yeah, but it I think that's the format of what I mean. Is it makes you check in every day. Be Real, I don't think has streaks. Maybe it does. I'm not sure. I don't know enough
You're
about
a
it.
TikToker.
But I would highly recommend that you set it. I would say every day, and then at least have a time in mind.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd like having a similar time every day.
Yeah, because then you know, okay, it's 5 o'clock. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna just fit, even if it's like 20 minutes or 10 minutes at a time, as long as you like build that up.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Doing it a little bit is better than nothing at all. I think it's one of the strategies as well that people use for like self-care is if you can't get the motivation to get out of bed or brush your teeth or something, just like tell yourself, I'll just brush one tooth today.
One tooth.
One tooth. That's it. That seems pretty
As soon as
easy,
you
right?
get to the one
And
tooth, you get the rest of
it's
it.
pretty easy to do the rest.
Smart. It's like you're tricking your own brain to do
Yeah, you
cool
have
things
to.
bit by bit.
Sometimes you have to, because when you get into a habit of something, when you're trying to do something new that you've never done before, it can be hard to introduce that and keep up that cycle and habit. So, of
Good
course, you have to
example.
try new things.
Started a new job last week, and it had like an 8:30 start.
Yeah.
I am not used to getting up before 10 because I usually have a job where I work in the evenings from like 6 p.m. onwards.
Yeah.
So this is like 8:30 in the morning. I'm like, how the heck am I going to get up at 7:30? First 2-3 days, it sucked. It sucked so bad. So I was like, oh, let's get up, let's have breakfast. And I'm just driving. And you know what saved me, honestly?
Yeah.
I bought a bag of apples.
Yeah.
So as soon as like I got out of bed at
That's good.
7:30, rather than like, oh, I have to make breakfast or whatever, I got up, put on the clothes, went downstairs, head out the door, and I had an apple in my hand. And the second I took a bite of that cold, crisp, sweet apple, I'm like, wow, this is great. This makes the morning worth it. It was weird. It was so weird. I went through that whole bag of apples. There's more fruit than I've eaten consistently
Hey,
in
that's
like
great.
ages. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then
yeah.
the problem was when I ran out of apples
Yeah.
and I forgot to replenish it. I'm
Yeah.
like, what am I gonna do? It was
Ruined your day.
it was so weird. I felt like I had this sucks. I haven't had my apple. I felt like a
Yeah.
little kid. Just
I
like,
was
where's
gonna
my
say, you're
apple?
like a dog that has been trained.
Yeah.
now.
It was
You're
so
like,
weird.
You do the trick, now you get the treat.
I can't do it without an
works,
apple
though.
now.
I'm the same. I've been going on morning walks,
Yeah.
and what I do is I go get myself a coffee, and that way as I walk around, I have a coffee, and it's
Nice little treat.
yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it works.
Creatures of habit.
Yeah.
That's what we
And
are.
then I've been doing the same thing. So when I get back from my walk, I do a little workout, and then I shower, and then I get my smoothie. Yeah.
I'm starting to see why people become morning people.
Yeah, it's easy.
You get this routine for the first couple of hours, and as soon as that routine's over, it's like, right, I'm ready to actually hit the day, and I've
then
already
you
done a
have
workout.
so much time left in the day. Yep, it's amazing. Yep.
Morning people. I'm starting to understand. Well, okay, the first thing is I have to try to get up at 7.
Yeah.
Where it's not a day I have to go to work, and see how that goes.
Yes.
Because I'm still going to bed at...
Well, you can still walk out the door, eat an apple, and just go for a walk around the block. That's still really good for you. You could do that.
She's a thinker, this one. She's a thinker. I gotta say, I don't have the best habits, so I think introducing something like that's
okay,
really
this
good
is
thing.
where I believe in. I think habit setting is as a goal or as a New Year's resolution is much more important than like I'm gonna go do this cosplay next year.
Right.
Like like I'm gonna go to this event next
setting
year.
up those habits, putting them in place will kind of get you in the best position. So when you say, "Oh, I want to go to this event, or I want to make this cosplay,"
Yes.
just doing it's going to be as simple as just like, "All right, cool, let's just do it."
Because it focuses you then on the process rather than the destination. Because if you're goal setting constantly, being like, "Oh, this thing," once you get there, do the thing, then what? Then what? Whereas if you build yourself every day or every week where you've spent a bit of time sewing, spent a bit of time crafting, imagine how much progress and how much you're going to develop your skills as a person. You're going to enjoy every single day, every single opportunity that you do get, rather than just that one day done and dusted. And you're never gonna, you're always just gonna be climbing the ladder. You're never gonna feel fulfilled.
Let's clip this part. That was a really good little speech there.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Put that into a little short, because I 100% agree with that. Because I think the whole thing's like, oh, what's the goal? The goal is to get to, I don't know, 10k subs or something.
I was about to say followers. Absolutely, absolutely. If you're constantly worried about the numbers and you get that number, you're just going to double the number and it's not going to mean anything.
It's really interesting because I see so many successful people. When I say successful, I'm talking about they've got the numbers, they're making an income from it, but they still don't think that they're good enough in some regard.
Yeah.
They said, I want more, I'm not doing enough, doing more. And I don't think that they're ever going to feel happy or content with themselves. Because they think, oh, I only got 20,000 likes on this post, and I usually get 50,000. I'm like, buddy, I'm happy when I get 20 instead of 20,000. So I think it's one of those things in which, again, another good habit I think is, we're talking gratefulness.
Yes,
Count
I was about to say
what you do have, not what you don't have.
Yeah, absolutely. Focus on that. It's such an important reminder, especially with social media.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because you can totally abuse and just fall into a trap of toxic comparison of other people's journeys, other people's lives. Only the perfection that they put out onto the internet. You have no idea what their day-to-day life looks like. You have no idea what their routines, maybe their health is like. You have no idea behind the pretty photos, behind the pretty videos.
You don't know what's going on.
No, and to compare yourself to that is so easy to do. It's so easy to do.
It is.
I feel like, have you found yourself comparing yourself to other maybe craftsmen like
once upon a time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I'm perfect because I'm not, but my mindset, obviously since after my breakup and I did my whole journey, honestly I feel like it's like, yes, I went through this journey of a thousand spikes or something, like Buddha sat under the tree for however long and I came out the other side in the light. No, it wasn't like that, but I did go through a process in which I did compare myself a lot. I did think I was not good enough, not good looking enough, not buff enough, not
enough,
not enough in any regard possible.
Yeah.
But the second that I kind of realized the only person I am competing against is just me from yesterday, I was like, wow, I'm already winning. And so every day kind of becomes like, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
But honestly, very proud of you.
Me.
If anyone doesn't know yet, Marmalade on twitch.tv/MarmaladeCos. MarmaladeCos, is it?
I have no idea.
Whatever it is. She started streaming recently.
I did.
And because telling me earlier, it's like, I'm just worried. So I've got, 7 or 8 people that only tune in. I'm like, Ma, you realize that's 7 or 8 more than what I have on a regular basis. And like that's great. I think that's awesome. And even more proud because it's one of those things in which, you don't have your alerts set up, you don't have your notifications set up, you don't have mod, all these things, but she's like, no, fuck it, I got my webcam, let's go. And she's just started. And, I think a big barrier that a lot of us do have, I think it's just mentally as well, is, I'm not going to start until I've got this all set up.
Yeah. Right? Like, I don't even have an overlay either.
I did tune in. I think I think I said hi once. I can't remember.
Maybe. I think so. Sounds right.
But you were just so busy talking to the other 7 or 8 people already in there.
It was fun.
It was good.
It was
I'm glad.
great. It is. I have had those dark thoughts though, because and as well, Twitch sets you up when you make an account. It shows you all the metrics. It's like these are your goals. This is how many numbers you need, and you have to turn that off. You have to be like, no, you know what? I'm gonna do this because it's gonna be fun. I get to interact with people.
Yeah. I'm gonna get through my first stream and
Yes,
survive. That's
pretty much.
it.
That was my goal. I said to myself, I'm gonna try and get through this stream without the camera dying. That's all. That's my goal.
Nice.
And I did it. So it's great. You got to see the benefits outweigh and not let the like pressure of metrics. I'm pretty sure there's studies that have been done with workers that as soon as you assign them like a metric, being like a KPI.
Yeah.
Like you have to have this amount of sales in the day, they do worse.
It just tanks.
Like in terms of efficiency and like overall well-being, they do a lot worse than employees that are just left to do whatever they want.
I mean, I think, okay, for example, as well, the sake of our podcast, right, where we just make this thing because we talk so much shit and it's fun. Not just talking shit, but just, I like talking to you. I think we've got a pretty good social chemistry in that way.
I agree.
And so we have like, we have cool conversations every now and then.
Yeah.
And it was never about like, hey, let's do a podcast so we can make money.
No.
Or let's do a podcast so we can get
not making-
fame.
we're not making
This is
money.
costing money.
Yes.
This is costing money.
Yeah.
We get a new drink every
Every
week.
Woo.
Putting this on Spotify and Apple and stuff like
Yes.
that actually costs like $12 a month or something. So yeah, we're doing it because it's a hobby. It's fun. And
I agree.
We're not doing it as like, oh, we want to get the numbers, but
And again, it's like it comes back to that habitual thing of like, okay, every week we're gonna get together, we're gonna film, and then every week we also get to do a bit of editing. You get to practice your skills. You get to see you uploading, like working with marketing, social media, like a little bit every week.
we just get to hang
making
out
progress.
sometimes.
Yeah, there's no like end goal.
There's no goal.
I think that is a healthy thing that with this podcast is that it's like an ongoing thing rather than like
we have to make it
like, yeah, like,
to 1,000
LA
subs,
X, we have to
and we
go
have to
there.
be the next guest invited.
Yeah.
The just
no,
because
like, end
podcast.
goal.
There's no goal.
No.
We just do it because like it's fun.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. And
Which I think is a very healthy way. I think you can apply that to a lot of things like idol groups or bands as well. Like
absolutely.
cosplay groups, like the goal should never be like a big end goal.
I mean, the goal might be like, hey, I think it's a good thing to set goals, like
yes.
for
like dreams.
dreams.
For sure.
But don't make it something like I have to make this my job or my career, or you put all this pressure on yourself. I think it's great to aim for that, to have that like as something. It's like, it would be nice if this would happen, but I'm doing this because I enjoy it. I'm doing this because like I have fun with it. And that should be the goal of anything that's a hobby, really.
Yes, I agree.
If it happens to become something like, hey, we can monetize it, cool. Like, wow, we can sell mugs. That's that's cool.
Is that our first merch item? A mug? That's
mug.
pretty cute, actually.
I've never even thought about merch.
No. But I wonder about art as well, because I know that like you can't just like force yourself to sit down and create a lot of the time. It has to come like naturally. But there's also, I feel like, an aspect to it where you need to set aside time for that to come to you. Like you can't just let all your time be free time, because then that's just time in between work. You need to make sure you set aside, this is my art time, this is my leisure time, where you have, maybe you're alone, you make sure that people don't bother you, you got your phone on do not disturb, and if you feel like drawing, you then draw, but making sure that happens every week, because otherwise I think people get into the habit of art block then, or where they feel like they can't draw.
I think
what
having
do you think? Like,
probably have to talk to an artist about that, really. But I do know my partner Keely, because she was on like a government program for a little while, where, she basically had to draw and then like prove to them that there's like, oh, I'm making income. So for the first time, she was drawing with the pressure of like, you need to sell, you need to sell. And she said it was she's never done so much art in her life. But at the same time, she's never drawn so much in a way that's been like, I've really enjoyed this whole process, because it hasn't been. As soon as she like got off that program, and she's kind of she's got a job now, and she's kind of draws when she feels like. It's like, this is so fun.
So much better, yeah.
So like, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, don't make your hobby into a job. Like, you can,
hustle,
but at the same time, it's like, you know what? Take care of your own interests and passions first and foremost. And if it so happens that there's an opportunity to do so, go for it. But don't make that the overarching, I need to make this a goal. This is going to be my job. I need to push myself to do it, or I'm a failure. because
especially with those major hobbies. I feel like it's major because, like, you can like easily tell yourself like, makeup. I'm just practicing my makeup, or just practicing this. But things like art, cosplay, like the big things.
Oh,
I
man,
feel like
'cause I think it's just as soon as you go,
to
like-
put pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
To be, because there are other people online
Yeah,
creating
who can do it.
who do it as a full time job.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, I should be like that. I could be like that if I really tried, but that's really toxic to compare yourself to them.
So I think one of those things is like we're saying with goal setting. Is
Yeah.
If your goal is make career out of cosplay, cool, good. But what are the steps you're going to take?
Yeah.
How are you actually going to get
What does
there?
that
And
look
if you
like?
don't know what those are, that's what you have to figure out.
Yeah,
That's
on
what
the
you
day
figure
to
out.
day, work it out on a little basis, I think.
Cool.
I feel like we barely said what we're grateful for today, even though that was like the outset. It was like Christmassy theme.
Well, look, crispy themes. Like, okay, gratefulness
crispy
and
theme?
crispy themes.
Crispy themes.
Crispies.
Yep, okay.
What are your
What we're grateful
crispies
for.
for this year?
Crispies.
But okay, look, I think we have done because it's like reflections.
Yeah,
Reflections
yeah,
is
yeah.
good. Goal setting. We've done
No,
goal
you should,
setting.
okay, no. Say 3 things you're grateful for that happened this year.
3 things I'm grateful
Yeah.
for that happened this year.
Yeah. And if you're listening, write down 3
Write
things.
down 3 things that you've been grateful for this year.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
and keep it somewhere safe so that you can look back on it next year.
Okay, let's go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1,
Okay,
1
sure.
each, right? Okay.
Okay.
Number 1, this might sound so like, oh wow, really? But honestly, I'm really glad and happy for, number 1, I'm alive, and
Mm-hmm.
all of my family members are alive as well, because I have had a few health scares this year.
Yeah.
My mum had a few health scares this year, and there's been, some tragedies in the family.
Yeah.
But I'm happy and grateful that I'm here, and I have my 2 hands, I have my 2 feet, I have my 2 eyes. Like, I can still go out and do things, because there's literally times this year I was like, oh my god, is this going to be the last time that I
Yeah.
could have ever cosplayed? I could have ever driven. I could have seen this video game with my 2 eyes, because I'm just so grateful that I have the capacity to do that. So when I kind of put that into perspective, it's like, wow, those things that I had some kerfuffle with friends I'm no longer friends with, or I got fired from a job once upon a time and I feel bad, like, all of that doesn't really feel like it even matters.
Yeah, it
when
puts things into perspective.
It puts things into perspective so much.
Absolutely.
So that's number 1. Just
Yeah.
number 1. I'm so grateful that I'm alive and the people I love and care for are alive and kicking as well, because we're able to kind of keep doing our best in the next year as well. So
Yeah.
that's number 1. All right,
That's a
how
good
about you?
one.
How about you?
I
What?
feel like I'm going to say something very similar. And it always start, again, Christmas family tradition,
Yeah.
always what you're grateful for. I'm also very grateful for my own health and being able to put myself to work so often, and my body. I've only gotten sick a few times this year, but I feel like very grateful to still be able to work as hard as I do, and still have my vision. I got like a bit scared about my prescription changing as well. I was like, what if I'm going
Can you
blind?
see? Are those new glasses?
They are new glasses.
Can I take a look? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Can I take a look?
I just can't see. I got astigmatism now, so that's fine.
Oh.
No, but
Oh, that's not too bad. How do I look with glasses, everybody? How do I look?
you could
Does it
pull
suit
them
me?
off.
Yeah?
You look completely. You look a different person
Different
though.
person. There's a new
You
look.
can pull them off. No,
My name is now Victor. I cannot see. I cannot see. Oh goodness.
Thank you. No, I'm grateful for my health and my family's health and all of my loved ones' health. Yeah, I feel like I have to condense that into my number 1.
Me too.
my
I'm
one.
very, very glad to hear
Yeah.
that. Number 2, what am I glad for this year? Let's be a little bit more. Let's be a little bit more shallow now.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that. Honestly, just. I feel so weird, but when I just say I'm so happy that I'm alive and healthy and I've got my 2 hands, I can do anything. Okay, I'm grateful that I've got the freedom
Yeah.
to do what I am doing, because in the other side of the world right now, some people don't have that. They don't have a choice. They don't have the freedom to say, hey, I feel like making a podcast today. I feel like making a cosplay today, because that's not even possible for some people.
No, I think there's over 1 million people who would want to swap places
Exactly.
with you. Yeah.
And I'm just so I'm so grateful, and just I feel blessed that I'm in a position which that's possible for me. So I'm not going to take it for granted. I'm going to keep making a podcast as best as I can.
Yeah.
And there's going to be people who disagree with me. There's going to be people that don't like what I have to say. People just don't like me in general. But the fact that I have, people who do disagree with me, it's like, wow, people disagree with me? People have the capacity to hate me? And I'm alive and can talk with them about it? That's awesome. Like, some people will have a platform where they've got 2 subscribers or something. No one gets to talk to them. So the fact that there are people who will even interact with us,
True.
I'm flattered.
I agree
I'm so
with that.
flattered. So
Yeah.
I'm grateful.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you?
That's a really good one. Goddamn, this is getting deep.
Oh.
We're like showing our character here. No.
Yeah.
I feel like number 2 would be I'm grateful for the amount of challenges that I did have this year, because I feel like
Wow.
I've very much grown up.
Oh god, you've been through
I've
hell
been
and back.
through hell. When I think about how the fires, the floods that happened this year, I was thrown around to different jobs, all while doing uni, working all over the place with Melody Parade. I feel very grateful for the amount of challenges that I have had, because I do really feel like I have matured and grown up as a person, kind of come back into my own, figuring out who I am as a person and what kind of things I do want to do with my free time, because I do have time. We all have time.
Yeah.
And figuring out what things I want to do, what I want to bring to other people, and
Yeah.
figuring out what my values are, and trying to put that into my work and everything that I do, trying to like reprioritize my time to do everything that I want to do. So I think through all those challenges, I've figured out what works, what doesn't work. You know, I've been thrown around, I still get back up again.
I'm glad. We've had a fair few Macca's runs to that's our kind of thing.
really has been.
Whenever shit hits the fan, we
Crisis.
go to Macca's and talk.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I don't know.
But I also feel that I have a lot more empathy now as well for and understanding, sympathy for people who are going through even harder times than I am, and I can kind of I do feel a lot more of their pain and can understand, put myself into their perspective. So I do feel like I've matured a lot in that sense as well. So kind of have a new vision of things. I'm a little bit less, I would say, inclined to get into conflicts with people. I feel like I was very argumentative at the start of this year and very just willing to fight with people, and now I'm less so, like, you know what, it doesn't matter, just let it go. as
I put here in inverted commas, in the big scheme of things, that's a Marmalade quote. You kind of figure out, well, that's it. I think as you grow, you realize what is important and what's not.
What
and
matters.
You're willing to spend energy on the things
Does your work part-time job at a cafe drama really matter? No.
Doesn't matter, no.
Does not matter. People's lives are not at risk.
Does that
no one is
that
going
boss
to die.
that you hate, like, their demands at work really...
Yeah.
Does their opinion of you as a worker really matter?
Yeah, that's something that you need to get past, and it just takes growing up to be able to conquer that, because I absolutely have been reduced to tears at work because of the way the boss has spoken to me, and now I'm just like, no.
And I'm so sorry whenever you've kind of, you know, said these things to me, and I was like, Maya, just like, don't give up about them, like, just don't ignore them. And there's probably part of you which thought, like, Jeremy's just being like cold, like he doesn't understand.
No, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, he's right. I wish I could think that way, but instead your brain's like me.
I mean, you know,
they hate you.
it's something that we learn.
Progress,
it takes time.
Yeah, learning.
And
last thing,
let's make it nice and simple. I think I'm grateful that we've got a good partnership that works, I think. Because not to say that I haven't had good partnerships with other cosplay partners, but I don't know, this is one I feel like I am in a stage of my life in which I am very happy and proud of myself, and I can bring, you know, those parts of me to the table, and I'm working with someone who is, you know, working on themselves and happy and proud of themselves as well, but, you know, we can appreciate each other for who we are, for who we are with each other.
I agree with that. Cheer each other on.
Yeah. Regardless of you know what's going on.
Yeah. But you do always offer like new perspectives compared to, like, I feel like I've always been around a lot of girls, so it's like a girl's my age, and so your perspective is usually quite different and more mature one, less reactionary. Usually,
or logical.
You bring,
I suppose,
you bring a bit of wisdom to my like dumb.
I'm not always right, mind you. Like, I might be like, oh, that logical decision is stupid. Like, it could very much be that.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you and our
what
partnership.
the hell?
Yeah. Oh, you.
I'm grateful too. I thought that was gonna be my number one thing, but then you were like, no,
I'm alive.
I'm like, oh man.
You don't have to top me. You can just be like, oh, this is what I'm. My things different from your things.
Okay.
They're not like, trying to beat each other.
I've got one. My last one is I am very grateful for my support network in my life, which includes you, but all the people I feel like Melody Parade, my family, my boyfriend have all been like incredibly supportive of me, despite how much I have been going through. And like, even though I feel like it's every week I have a new thing that I'm kind of going through, like everyone has always been there to support me, and they're not sick of my my shit. Or
Not
like,
sick of you.
yeah, and I'm just really grateful for their patience and support, because I feel like they make, my support network makes such a difference to my life.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
yeah, I don't know if I'd still be here if I was alone. So I feel like it's thanks to my great support
You're
network
good.
to get me through
We got you.
everything.
We got you.
I'm very grateful.
That's
'cause-
good.
Yeah.
Aww,
That's
look at us
That's
being a little bit heartfelt
bit
this
lame.
time. This is Christmas.
We hope you also wrote 3 incredibly lovely things that you're grateful for.
Hopefully you're not going to
to
be like, wow, after listening to that, I need to write my list again. No, look, your list is your list.
Yes.
You might want to write more than 3.
Yeah.
You write a list
You
that's
could be
a few
grateful
pages
for your
long.
fluffy puppy called Bear. I don't
Peanut.
know. Peanut. Or you could be grateful that you got engaged. Who knows what happened to you?
You could
this
be
year.
just grateful that I've got a pen. I remember when I was in
pen.
grade 1, I wasn't allowed to write
Do you
with
know
a pen.
how much you can do with a pen?
Oh my
You can write
goodness.
stories. You can write, change laws. You can.
You can
change-
draw things.
Yeah, you can draw.
You can become the next
can plan a
Banksy or
cosplay.
Da Vinci and plan a cosplay. You can change the world with a pen, but yeah,
You
so
kill someone.
we don't go down that path. We write stories about things. Yeah.
Hell yeah, self-expression.
Self-expression.
It's all good things.
Yeah. But Christmas this year. Look, I hope this year has been a very, let's say, eventful year for you.
A healing year.
A healing year.
Recovery.
And look, here's something I think I'd like to say to people as well. In the big scheme of things, you'll have good things happen to you. You have
Yeah.
bad things happen to you.
Yeah.
The point is, right here, right now, you're still here. You've been through those bad things and you're alive. You've been through those good things, you're alive. At the end of it, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years time, you're going to look back at a really bad moment into your life and you'll be like, wow, that moment sucked. But you know what? I got through it.
Well, a lot
I'm
of things
here.
as well. If you're really feeling bad about in the dumps about something, ask yourself, is it something you will remember in 5 years' time? And if it isn't, don't worry about it so much.
In fact,
it'll fade. It'll go away.
I made a whole video about this exact
actually?
topic. I did after that horrible Sydney weekend I had once. That's a story for another time. But if you're interested in the video itself, I pretty much tell you, if you're down in the dumps and you're like, life sucks, watch this video.
Okay.
Watch this video. It's about 10 minutes and it's like, right, this
Might
is
change
my
your life.
process. Might change your life. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
But hopefully you'll learn something. But
Yeah.
it's like what I was saying. It's kind of just shows you a different way of looking at things. And I hope
It can help. It can help reframe the thing that's so painful at the time.
Reframe at the time,
Yeah.
yeah. But you'll look. The fact that you're still here right now and you're doing your best. If you're not doing your best, you're probably going to try and do your best. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. We're proud of you. You're doing good. You're doing good. And you know what? You might say it's like next year's around the corner. Next year is around the corner.
Yeah, fresh new start. You
So-
can leave everything, all your projects in 2022 behind if you'd
Yeah.
like. You can give yourself a clean state.
If this year sucked, then next year's going to
Yeah.
be better. And if
Expect
this year's
good
been
things.
good, next year's still going to be better.
Yeah, good things are coming.
Good things are coming.
Always.
You've got this.
Hell yeah.
We've got your back. We've at least got you.
Remember? Don't give up.
Don't give
You'll
up.
do great.
I always stay with you.
Vitamin C.
Fighting. You can do it.
And with that, I feel like we should wrap up this Merry Christmas
Merry
episode.
Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
This is going to be the last episode before Christmas.
Yes.
And then
Possibly the new year. We shall see.
No, we've got
Okay.
Don't worry. I've got the dates in my head. We got
All right,
this.
we got this.
But
Thank you for joining
thanks
us
for joining
today,
us.
spending an hour of your time. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope it was valuable to you, made
Hope-
you feel a little bit better.
a bit better. I hope it wasn't rambling too. We rambled quite a bit.
A
but
little bit.
It's fun.
A little bit. It was
Anyway,
fun.
Merry Christmas. Thanks for tuning in.
Christmas.
We'll see you next week.
Next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.